two of the most famous composers of the Romantic era, locked in a love triangle. On one side, Robert Schumann, a visionary but tormented by mental illness. On the other, Johannes Brahms, the brilliant young prodigy destined for greatness. And at the center, Clara Schumann, a world-class pianist, a muse, and the woman both men loved. This wasn't just music history, it was heartbreak, betrayal, and a forbidden bond that still fascinates the world today. This is the story of Robert Schumann, Johannes Brahms, and Clara Schumann. Robert Schumann was already a giant in the music world by the 1840s. A visionary composer, but also a man plagued by mental illness. His wife Clara was more than just a spouse. She was a world-famous pianist, a composer in her own right, and the rock that held Robert together. Their marriage was fiery, passionate, but always shadowed by Robert's instability. In 1853, a 20-year-old Johannes Brahms knocked on their door with a letter of introduction. Clara and Robert were flawed. His talent was explosive, his playing electric. Robert immediately championed him in the press, calling Brahms the future of German music. Suddenly, this young prodigy was living in their world, eating at their table, almost like a son. But the next year, disaster struck. Robert's mental health spiraled out of control. He attempted suicide by throwing himself into the Rhine River and was committed to an asylum. There he would remain until his death. Clara was left with 7 children to raise and a crumbling world. And here enters Brahms. The 21-year-old rushed to Clara's side. He became her confidant, her emotional anchor. He managed the household, comforted the children, and was her constant companion while Robert was locked away. Letters between them reveal intense feelings. Brahms wrote of a love such as I have never known before. Clara confessed how deeply she admired and cared for him. Were they lovers? Historians argue endlessly. Some believe it was a full romance, others that it was a bond of souls that never crossed the line physically. But the longing was undeniable. Even after Robert's death in 1856, Clara and Brahms stayed close, sometimes working together, sometimes drifting apart. They never married, but their connection lasted for life. Robert left behind music that would inspire generations. Clara became the greatest interpreter of both Robert's and Brahms's works, shaping their reputations for the next century. And Brahms? He poured his complicated, aching feelings into some of the most powerful music of the Romantic era. But here's the question everyone asks. Did Robert Schumann know? Probably not. There's no record of him confronting Brahms or Clara. To Robert, Brahms remained a protege, almost like a son. But Brahms's letters tell a different story. He confessed to Clara a love such as I have never known before. And Clara? She wrote of his presence as a blessing, a source of strength during her darkest days. So was there drama between Schumann and Brahms? Outwardly, no. The real drama played out in silence, in the longing glances, the unsent letters, and the music that carried feelings too dangerous to name. So, was it love? Was it loyalty? Or was it something in between? A love too dangerous to claim? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Key Signatures.